Hello there girlies, welcome to my channel. My name is Jessica and I talk all things about femininity and self-improvement for women. So if that's something you are interested in, then subscribe and let's get started. But before we do dive right in, this video is not me telling you that you should be a homemaker, that you should be a stay-at-home housewife. This is not me telling you what to do. This video is only for women that want to be homemakers. We are all grown-up adults and should make the choices that we want to make for our lives. So if it doesn't match yours, that is perfectly fine. You do not have to state that, but you should have the ability to respect other people's choices. So let's start. The first thing you need to know that to be a homemaker, it is going down the route that our grandmothers did and possibly our mothers did. Depends on how your mother was. It's going down the traditional route, you know, the one that has worked for thousands of years. Sorry, that was petty of me, but you get it. This means that we have to first find and attract the right partner for ourselves, and notice I said the right partner, not a partner. I will go further into more details, but before we can attract the right partner, we must first become the magnet to attract that partner in the first place. So the first thing we women need to do is level up our inner beauty along with our outer beauty. We need to solve any insecurities we have, any fears we have, any baggage that we might have collected from childhood, from toxic friends, from the media, and from any past relationships. We cannot be the best version of ourselves if we cannot even fully be our true selves. This means we need to work on those issues first. So if you have the money, I would advise to get some therapy sessions in, and I would also advise to write down how you want to be. How does the future you want to be? Do you want to be warm and loving, be the glue of the family like our grandmothers were? If so, then what qualities and traits did she have? What qualities and traits do these women that we aspire to be like have? Then we need to work on those traits and instilling them, while working and resolving our issues and traumas. We need to learn to not allow outside influence to affect us, and we need to figure out what we really want from this life. True confidence comes from our ability to be unapologetically us no matter what the popular opinion might be. We live in a world where traditionalism is looked down at, where being feminine is looked down at, but if all those judgments from others makes you laugh instead of feeling anxious because you truly know who you are and not lost in the media sauce, then that's true confidence. Secondly, we need to level up our outer beauty, and this means being classy and elegant, not looking like a boy, not looking tacky with fake tan, fake nails, and fake hair. You want that sophisticated breakfast at Tiffany's vibe. Basically, you want to be taken serious and not called a girl, but a woman. The aim is to enhance your beauty, so play around to find the perfect hairstyle for you, the perfect clothing pieces for you. So dresses, skirts, jeans, tops, playing around with minimalist makeup looks, taking care of your skin, hygiene, nails, and presenting the best you at all times. Now once all that's in place comes the big part, which is attracting the right man into your life. Now this is very important. You want to be in places that align with who you are. So if you are religious, then be in those places to find a man who is also religious. If you are not religious, then find what is important for you and place yourself in those circles to meet men with the same interest as you. Now on dates, this is the most important thing. Ask them what they want and listen to what they are telling you. Tell them what you want and see if they are genuinely on the same page, or are they pretending they want all that just to take off your pants. Remember, an act is that, an act. It can't go on for too long, so it's best to understand what the other person wants straight from the jump, then to date for a few months and find out they want something completely different from you. You want to truly see if the man wants what you want, so ask him, what do you want from a relationship? If he says he wants a woman that also works, then believe him, that's what he wants. If he says he wants a traditional wife, then believe him. Date, and when I say date, I mean do the old-fashioned courting process, where the entire reason you guys are meeting up is to get to know each other, and if you two are compatible, you're not meeting up to get to know each other's bodies, you are meeting up to get to know each other's character, goals, and if your vision and goals match with his vision and goals, get to know each other's families and see what they value. If both of your family's values are the same and both you and your boyfriend's values are the same, well, you might be onto a winner. And the reason why this is important is because remember, you cannot strong arm and force a man into wanting a traditional wife. If the man doesn't, then he doesn't, and a lot of people these days do not want a traditional woman, just like how a lot of women don't want a traditional man. Most modern people want that modern life. Therefore, it's important for you to find a person that is compatible with you, that shares in your beliefs and values. There are lots of people, despite the current movement, still want a traditional life, a traditional wife, a traditional husband, so you need to go searching for that. Now you need to practice and get good at the actual homemaking part of the job. You need to start getting good at cooking, and the best way is to fall in love with cooking. Don't see it as a chore, but see it as you feeding your family food to nourish them. Without you they wouldn't have this delicious meal, would they? Learn recipes and play around with different ingredients and practice. Practice doesn't make perfect because you can never be perfect in anything, but practice does make better and you can get better at anything. Work on the cleaning, making the house nice and presentable, a warm, loving and cozy environment for you, your husband and kids or future kids. This is where you often hear criticism from the modern non-traditional women. When the topic of cooking and cleaning comes in, that's when you hear criticism. Listen ladies, there is nothing free in this life. Do you honestly expect that you are going to stay at home do nothing? Of course, not everything in life is a value exchange. Your husband is bringing in value by taking care of all the finances, then you also need to bring value by taking care of the home. The criticism you will hear when you mention that you do all the cooking and cleaning is that you are a slave. But here is the funny thing, how is cooking and making sure your house is clean being a slave, the house you live in and sleep in? How is making sure your husband is eating a home-cooked meal being a slave? Also, even if it was being a slave, which is not, but let's just go with it, even if it was you being a slave, well, you have two options. You can either be a slave for your man, the man who loves you, cares for you, and is taking care of you, or you can be slave to a man that you work for, who doesn't care about you, the one where you spend all your time making him rich, because newsflash, most businesses are owned by men, while you get an allowance called a wage, which you then have to pay tax on. Not to mention, when the company needs to restructure, they will let you go. Another thing is, if you are a slave to your husband because you cook and clean, then isn't your husband a slave to you because he works and pays all the bills? Exactly, it goes both ways. It takes two to make a home. Also, another thing you will hear if you have children is that, surely you wanted more from your life than just being a mother. Excuse me? There is not a more important job than being a mother. Now don't get me wrong, I didn't say being a mother is the hardest job, because it isn't, but being a mother is the most important job, because without good mothers along with good fathers teaching and raising their kids right, we would not have a world. We would not have anything in this world, because it's people that make the world what it is, people with good morals. If we all drop our morals today, the world would be over. People would be stealing and looting, doing all types of nonsense. So yes, being a mother is the most important job and never allows anyone to tell you otherwise, sisters. If you truly valued women, if you truly respected women, and you actually was in support of women, then you would respect a woman's choice to live her life how she wants, as long as she doesn't degrade herself or hurt others. If you want to be a housewife, a stay-at-home mom, or a career woman, that is perfectly fine. But if you want to degrade yourself online, sell your dignity for some money and fame, then honey, no, that is not fine. Do not let them brainwash you into believing that it is empowering to degrade and humiliate yourself. That it's empowering to sell yourself on OnlyFans or go down that category of influence. Now, a great tip is, don't try to change people's minds, and don't even waste your energy trying to argue with people, because just how their argument isn't going to make you change your mind, neither is your argument going to make them change their mind, and there really is no need. Just tell them, live your life sis the way you want to, and I will live mine the way I want to. Arguing with people just wastes you time and energy. Instead, just literally do not even give them any attention and focus on things that matter to you, your family, so your husband, your kids if you have kids, your siblings if they are non-toxic, your friends if they are non-toxic, your faith if you are religious, and being the best version of you that you can be. Remember, even though it might sound somewhat cheesy, but still, remember this quote: a lioness doesn't care about the opinion of sheeps. And with that all being said, I thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in more of this kind of content, then make sure to subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to give it a like. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and check this video out that's on screen now, and I hope you have a great day.